garden layout. Understand the orientation of your garden, north, east, south, west. Where is the sun coming up? Where is the sun coming down? Where are you going to get the most sun? And this isn't always the most important thing, but most crops are going to require full sun. There are some that are going to require partial or more light amounts of sun. Well, parts of the garden have long durations of shade. Once again, this is not a bad thing. I have a small little tree that during midsummer, it shades a portion of my garden, but I'm able to plant in like another row of lettuce. And the heat of the summer is not going to make it go bitter because it's underneath the shading, and it still gets enough light to photosynthesize and produce quality vegetables, Are you growing plants that have low light requirements? And it goes to the same mindset. What are the requirements of the plant? What am I planting? What am I feeding? It just kind of keeps repeating in our head. Are you growing plants that have low light requirements? If you're planting fruiting trees, how big will they get? Same thing with annuals. And if you see on the screen, this is actually when me and my kids designed our garden. And there's 2 apple trees, and we planted them, I think we figure like 8 years worth of growth. So depending on how I prune them and how big they're going to get, it's not going to shade that part of my garden where I'm growing my vegetables. And then in front of my garden, you'll see 4 little circles, and that is where we put our raspberries. And as of this year, that is a wall of raspberries. So it's 4. So kind of knowing your plants and what you're planting, I didn't have to spend all this money to fill it up the first year. I just bought 4 mother plants, and now it's a complete wall, and I can probably pull out 10 to 20, maybe more babies every year and plant them around different parts of my land, or give them the neighbors and have them start their gardens,
That's awesome. What did you use to make this?
To be honest with you, this was some free thing that I Googled online, and people used it. It's kind of like how some websites do grow logs where people can keep track of their grow logs. This was one kind of that was free and allowed. It wasn't user friendly though. It's like outdated. It was like, I want to do this. And it's like, working in paint, but it's a really cool concept. And it got enough for where, this is my plan. This is my lot. And this is what I want to do. And in the back corner behind the shed, you can see that that's the newer plot that we put in. And last year we did potatoes. I think we did all potatoes there last year.
Nice. Yeah, I know some people probably wondering where that came from, because having a mapping tool through software, it seems like it could definitely be valuable to map things out just like you show here.
It is, but never rule out the whole notebook. I have notebooks filled of old garden drawings, and I go back to them to see my mindset, to see what I was thinking, and take this line, what direction do you want to plant your rows? And if someone asks me, I personally plant mine running north-south because the sun is rising east-west, and I plant. Normally, my tomato plants can go on it would be the east side. That way, as the sun comes up, and they're not shading the plants of, the rest of the plants have their all day sun, and the bigger plants are not shading the other plants. But at the same time, I do have other rows that go east west, like my onions, my carrots, because they're just small and the sun is there and they take it and nothing shades them out. But once again, these are things that you can consider. Some things fall under the bro science, and it don't matter which way you plant them, then, that's what you connect with.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.